Universal Orlando is building a whole new theme park a couple miles south of the current resort called Epic Universe. This new park is expected to open with 4 themed lands. One of the themed lands will be based on Universal classic monsters, which includes horror films produced from the 1930s through the 1950s, like Frankenstein, Dracula, and the Wolfman. Thanks to recently filed permits and site plans, we're getting our first look at the layout for this highly anticipated new land. Looking at the site plans, which were filed with Orange County, Florida in preparation for construction, the land appears to contain 2 main attractions, as well as smaller structures for dining, shopping, and perhaps small entertainment or character meet and greets. There also appears to be an expansion plot, which is labeled as Phase 2 in the plans. Much of this does seem to line up with what we saw in the officially released piece of concept art for Epic Universe, although what appears to be a large amphitheater in the concept art looks somewhat smaller in the site plan. It's possible that the concept art is using a temporary image of a theater and may not apply to the actual attractions seen in the plans. The structures in the site plan are rumored to be themed as a small European village, similar to the settings in the original horror films from Universal Pictures in the 1930s. It is rumored that the land will be themed as Frankenstein Village, with Castle Frankenstein looming in the background. Before we get to the rumored attractions for this land, let's first take a look at the smaller structures. Back-of-house restaurant support can be found behind this structure, located between the land's entrance and the main attraction. Labels for things like a walk-in freezer, food waste collection, oil traps, and more can be seen near the back of this building, which likely means it will be some type of dining establishment. There aren't many details for the structures in the center of the land, but it's possible that these are shops themed as a village square. There could also be small walkthrough attractions, interactive experiences, or even meet and greets scattered throughout this area. The official concept art appears to show what could be village shops, alleys, and trees located throughout the center of the land. Looking at the bottom left of the site plans, Building 1540 seems to line up with what many have speculated to be the Windmill as seen at the end of the classic Frankenstein film. Others have suggested it could be themed as the old watchtower where Dr. Frankenstein performed his experiments. The structure itself appears to be split into several different sections with a defined entrance. While there have been rumors for some type of walkthrough attraction for the land, perhaps this structure could house an elaborate meet and greet, where we walk through multiple areas and get a chance to have our photo taken with Frankenstein's monster at the end. To the right of this structure is one of the land's 2 possible attractions. This structure could be a theater of some sort. We cannot tell from the plans whether it will be an outdoor amphitheater, an indoor theater, or if it's even a theater at all. What we can see is a sort of entrance courtyard area, similar to what we might find at other theater attractions around Universal Orlando. The area seems to include theming of some sort, and what might be a themed tower or rounded roof can be seen on the right. Stairs placed on the outside of this structure tell us that it's at least more than 1 story tall. Some have speculated that this land could see some type of stunt show, maybe similar to Waterworld at Universal parks around the world, while others are hoping for the return of Beetlejuice's Graveyard Revue, which closed permanently at Universal Studios Florida. This structure appears to be larger than the former Beetlejuice show theater, but also smaller than the venue needed for Waterworld. Hopefully we learn more about this mystery structure as construction ramps up for the new park. While we originally thought it would be themed to Dracula's castle, the main attraction will reportedly have guests enter through Castle Frankenstein, located at the back of the land. The castle facade will most likely be modeled after the original film in 1931. If we look closely at the site plan, it appears that there are a couple paths leading into what might be the castle facade for the attraction. These paths may be at an incline rising towards the castle, as it might be set up on a hill like it appears in the classic film. With the castle set higher than the rest of the land, it could be visible rising above the treetops and roofline when standing on the other side of the village. It's hard to tell from the plans, but it's also possible that there may be a water feature resembling a moat beneath the pathways leading into the castle. This possible moat would then continue around the south side of the structure and then down towards the possible windmill. If this is a water feature, it could very well play into what type of attraction is built in the expansion plot along the west side of the land. The main attraction is rumored to be a high-tech dark ride that would feature all or most of the Universal classic monsters. It has been rumored for a while that this ride would use the Kuka arm technology, similar to the ride system for Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. However, this ride may utilize the newest version of this technology, known as the G3 Robocoaster. Unlike the G2 Robocoaster, in use at rides like Forbidden Journey, the G3 Robocoaster runs on an actual roller coaster track. That means it would not be restricted to only run on one level. By moving around on a track that is set up in 3 dimensions instead of only 2 like previous attractions, the ride path can feature elevation changes and the thrill level could possibly be increased, which would make for a more unique experience. While the attraction details we've discussed are still only rumors at this point, we do know for certain that this land will contain at least one very large attraction when it first opens. But there may be another attraction on the horizon for this land, as the area on the left side of the site plan is marked as Phase 2 expansion. With a plot that's 3.34 acres of expansion space, they certainly have more than enough room to create another ride. One of the rumored concepts for this additional experience is a boat ride based on the creature from the Black Lagoon. Hidden at the farthest section of the land, this theoretical new attraction could be set in a lagoon separated from the town by trees. An outline for a future pathway can even be seen in the plans, which would eventually lead to the new attraction's entrance. Perhaps this area leading to the expansion space could even contain a water feature from the start. Looking around the plans, some themed elements can be found scattered here and there, including what might be a pair of gargoyle statues below the main attraction building. This could be a sign of some sort, perhaps with the town's name on it, located near the land's entrance. And a notation for the land's entrance portal can be found, stating that the plans for that structure will be in the permits for 901, which is the project number for the park's central hub. These site plans for the Universal Classic Monsters Land are the 3rd set of permits we have seen for the new theme park. Last month we got our first look at the site plans for How to Train Your Dragon Land, and before that we saw the plans for Super Nintendo World. In this image we can see how all 3 lands will look within Epic Universe. Universal's Epic Universe is expected to open in 2023. Stay tuned to the channel for continuing coverage of this new theme park. Hopefully we'll get our first look at the rumored Fantastic Beasts area next, as well as attractions for the central hub, which include a large roller coaster. Subscribe to the channel for more theme park videos and consider joining our Patreon for exclusive content and early rumors. Thanks for watching. See you next time.